Khudiram Bose, India's youngest revolutionary to be hanged. One mission, one tragic mistake. A fearless teenage boy sentenced to death. Yet his walk to the gallows with a smile on his face shook an entire nation. At just 18, his unshakable courage echoed across the country. His name was Khudiram Bose. And today, I'll tell you the full story of how this young boy from Bengal became one of India's youngest and bravest freedom fighters. Hi, I'm Liana and you're watching Page Pulse by Lee. Today's story is from the heart of India's freedom struggle, a story of a youth, rebellion, and unmatched courage. This is the real life story of Khudiram Bose, the boy who chose to die so his country could live freely. Khudiram Bose was born on December 3rd, 1889, in a small village called Habibpur in Bengal. He lost both parents at a young age and was raised by his elder sister. But even as a child, Khudiram wasn't like the others. He had many questions. Why were Indians treated like slaves in their own land? Why did the British rule over everything? At just 15, he joined a secret revolutionary group called the Anushilan Samiti, a group that trained young boys to fight the British. By 16, he was already distributing anti-British pamphlets, walking miles barefoot, hiding them under his clothes. He had no fear, only one dream, freedom. The British had a judge in Muzaffarpur named Douglas Kingsford. He was infamous for handing out brutal punishments to Indian nationalists, especially young students. Earlier, as chief magistrate in Calcutta, he had publicly flogged youth activists. To the revolutionaries, he was a symbol of British cruelty. His judgments were feared, his name infamous among young nationalists. There had even been a failed attempt by other revolutionaries to eliminate him, but it hadn't worked. The failed attempt was a book bomb crafted by revolutionary Hemachandra Kanungo. It was hidden inside a legal textbook and delivered to Kingsford's home. But Kingsford never opened the package. It was moved unopened with the rest of his belongings when he was transferred to Muzaffarpur. So, the responsibility fell into two young revolutionaries, Khudiram Bose and his trusted companion Prafulla Chaki. They were given one mission: assassinate Kingsford. In April 1908, the two boys traveled to Muzaffarpur, pretending to be students. For days, they observed Kingsford's movements. Their plan was to throw a bomb at his carriage. But something tragic happened. On the night of April 30th, 1908, Khudiram and Prafulla waited silently near the gates of the European Club. Kingsford and his wife were playing bridge with Pringle Kennedy, a British barrister, his wife and their teenage daughter. Around 8:30 p.m., two identical carriages left the club. One carried Kingsford and his wife, the other Mrs. Kennedy and her daughter. A carriage approached the gate. Khudiram and Prafulla ran forward and threw the bomb. A loud, violent explosion shattered the night. But it wasn't Kingsford's carriage. The bomb had struck the Kennedy woman. Miss Kennedy died within the hour. Her mother passed away 2 days later from the injuries. The mission had tragically failed. Khudiram and Prafulla split up to escape. Khudiram walked all night, tired, dusty, hungry, and alone. He reached Vaini railway station, about 25 miles away from Muzaffarpur. and asked for a glass of water at a tea stall. But the police had already been alerted. Two armed constables, Fateh Singh and Shio Parshad Singh, noticed his dusty clothes and tired eyes. They grew suspicious and approached him. As they questioned him, one of his two hidden revolvers slipped out. He tried to reach for the other, but one constable quickly grabbed him in a bear hug and overpowered him. He was just 18, too young, too thin, and now completely outmatched. They searched him. They found 37 rounds of ammunition, a railway map, a page of the timetable, and rupees 30 in cash. The fate of Khudiram Bose was sealed. That station where a teenage revolutionary was arrested for dreaming of freedom is now called Khudiram Bose Pusa Station. But his journey didn't end there. What followed was a courtroom battle that shook the nation. Khudiram's trial began on 21st May 1908 and it became national news. He wasn't the only one accused. Two others were tried, but their cases were separated. The British government sent their best prosecutors, but Khudiram was defended by Indian lawyers Kalidas Basu, Upendranath Sen, Kshetranath Bandyopadhyay, and others, none of whom charged a single rupee. In court, Khudiram stayed calm and proud. At first, he denied his involvement. Later, under legal advice, he gave a signed statement, but it didn't change the outcome. On June 13, the verdict was announced, death by hanging. And Khudiram smiled. The judge asked if he understood. He nodded and replied calmly. When he was asked to say anything, yes, I do. When asked if he had anything to say, he smiled again and said, if you give me time, I can teach you how to make a bomb. Across Bengal and India, protests broke out. Even leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak rose in support. But the British refused to reconsider. Though an appeal was filed, the High Court rejected it on 13 July 1908. The execution date was set. It was August 11, 1908. The sky was still dark. The streets around Muzaffarpur jail began to fill. Men, women, and children stood in silence. Some carried garlands. Many had tears in their eyes. They hadn't come to mourn a death. They had come to witness the rise of a legend. Inside the jail, Khudiram had woken early. He refused food and spent his final hours reading the Bhagavad Gita. When the guards came, they saw something they'd never forget. He stood tall and smiling, wearing a simple dhoti. At 6 a.m., he walked to the gallows. No fear, no regret, like a warrior going to battle. And in that silent moment, as the rope tightened, India lost one of her youngest and bravest sons. But the story didn't end there. His body was carried through the streets in a funeral procession. Crowds lined the roads, throwing flowers, not in mourning, but in salute. Later, Bengal's weavers began stitching special dhotis with Khudiram's name woven into them. Boys across the state wore them proudly, walking in his footsteps. Khudiram became a legend. Poems were written, songs were sung, schools, streets, and stations bear his name. But his real tribute, it lives in the hearts of every Indian child who learns that bravery has no age. He didn't wait to grow up. He didn't wait for permission. He stood up when most would hide. At 18, he made the British fear a boy. At 18, he became immortal. So next time someone says you're too young to change the world, tell them the story of Khudiram Bose. Because freedom doesn't ask your age. It only asks how far are you willing to go. If you like the story, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more. Until next time, stay curious, stay proud, and never forget the brave children who made India free. Jai Hind!